Hello, hello, hello. I am live. I guess I'll just do the typical YouTube live session inexperienced folk going. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Just hoping for somebody to just respond on the comment chat. And I guess folks can hear me loud and clear. Unless if you can't hear me, I'm sure somebody would put on the comment box that they can't hear me. So welcome back to Family Investment on Closing Bell today, which is a live session. I don't think I've ever done a Closing Bell live session before. I've done it in the past. And yes, I need my cap now. It's too hot. Jatin, it's too hot in here. And I cannot put my cap on. I am roasting. Thank you. Thanks for the response, guys. I appreciate that. So today I just want to hopefully keep it nice, short, and sweet. I'm not going to be speaking here for an hour unless the Q&A section gets really, really engaging. I'm more than happy to stay and speak to everyone, but I just want to keep the call session between 20 minutes to 30 minutes to cover as much as I can. So the agenda on the list is I just want to do a bit of closing bell to see where the VIX is, to see where the market is, what the hot news are. I'm going to speak about 4 key stocks, which I've already picked up specifically. And I think the core part of the live session presentation is really about the Millionaire Portfolio, which I've released a video perhaps on Monday, and loads of questions were coming in. It was very engaging with loads of other folks. But for me, I've gone down that route, and I want to share different types of portfolio, how you can implement the Million Portfolio method, the concentration portfolio. And finally, Q&A session to see who's up for it, just to chat. But I've got one house rule, like family house. I feel like a boss, it's not like a dictator. One house rule. I suppose I need to one house rule. Not, I try my best. I break it every time. Is house rule is no crypto. I'm not going to speak about crypto. It's a family investment channel. Remember, the rules have changed. I'm not going to speak about crypto here, but crypto will be chat on maybe perhaps a live session on the family coin, the new other channel, which I'm still working on. So the rule is for me is, no crypto for now, but I really just want to share purely stocks and shares. Okay, so let me adjust. I'm on this new software here, but I'm trying to adjust myself to share the right screen. Give me a second. Just let me get my screen up and go closing bell straight. Give me a second. So, okay. So I'm on this new software. See, it's not easy. Every time I watch BBC, I just wonder how they do it. They've got a whole team of people, but it's a one-man band here. So where I want to start and where I want to come from is what's on the market, what's on the closing bell, what is the situation just now. So regardless of what I do every day on a daily basis, I first go to the first thing is the VIX. I check the VIX, and the VIX tells me a lot of things. It's like the medication of the day. Check the VIX. Regardless of what CNBC says, Twitter says, I check the VIX and see where they come from. Regardless of the futures or non-futures, the VIX will tell me much. So as you can see, this is not the VIX. This is Pro Ultra shares. Let me get the right chart here. I think I got a wrong chart. The VIX, the Volatility Index. Okay, VIX. This is it on Yahoo Finance, CBOE, VIX. So I presume you guys can see my screen. Let me just enlarge the screen so you can see a lot better. Okay, so this is the VIX. It's what I come in every day. And I'm just looking at it. The VIX is dropping 16 now. So it's on cruise control. I mentioned if you are returning viewers on the cruise control is looking really good, 16.3. And there are lots of chat out there saying, oh, maybe it's peaking. Maybe it's about time to spike. But I think there's still room for run, maybe for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or 4 weeks, because the sentiment just now is pretty attractive for the tech stocks, pretty attractive for recovery stocks. We are sort of in the limbo. We've seen the Fed selling out the news saying that they're not going to increase the interest rate until 2023, back end of 2023. They pull it forward by 3-4 months, but still quite far away. And inflation is still a chat. But I think the real deal is really it's COVID wave 3, wave 4, wave 3, Delta D variant. So I think the world is watching how Europe's react with all the vaccine in place, especially in the UK. I think the vaccine rollout has been successful. I think we have to see. So for the time being, it's going to go on cruise control. It's dropped 2% today, which is really a lot. And you can see the tech stocks going all-time high, breaking high, especially for Tesla, which I'll chat later. So after looking at the VIX, look at it. Questions I get every time, Alex, when do you see the next spike? You see, there's always a trend. I look at this every single day. There's a trend after a certain period on the Bollinger Band. I use the Bollinger Band on the VIX. As you can see, it comes back, it spikes up. it goes, it spikes up, it comes back down, resting point, it spikes up. You can see the trend. Even if I zoom it out for the last year alone, okay, last 18 months, you can see a specific trend. So if you were asking me, Alex, when's the next spike up? You see there was an attempt there back around about 21st of June. It doesn't look convincing, but I think it's going to go a bit lower. I would say for now, I'm sitting here about 2 to 3 weeks. I'll see how the sentiment goes. 2 to 3 weeks, let the market decide whether they're going to do a sell-off, people taking profit. But as a NASDAQ, it looks like it might go another 500-600 points before it goes off. That's what the sentiment is just now. So for now, I think it's on cruise control. Don't panic. Hold what you have. There's nothing to panic about. Okay, so the next thing that I look at on a daily basis is obviously my Yahoo Finance. I go on my own stocks. Okay, I go my own stocks. I look at it. So today is a great day. Concentrated portfolio, great day. Tesla's up about 5%, and I can't complain. Apple is just there, hovering about AMD, Nvidia. I think it's on the sleep just now. So that's what I do. VEX, my own portfolio. But what I really want to speak about is four stocks today. So first, I want to really go on the Tesla stock. Okay, I really want to chat about Tesla stock first, where we are and what the news is. So if I can go here, I have literally lost my chart here. So let me replot it. So normally on my Tesla chart, I have a pre-plotted chart where I have got my Fibonacci retracement tool to see where we are just now. So as you can see, let me plot it right. This is the point where I wanted it to be. Okay, so I've lost my chart, but I managed to get it back quickly by memory. So Tesla is on the rise again. It's broken that 624 support line. Is going above now. It's searching itself. It's trying to find where it is. So Tesla's news yesterday, they were saying that Bitcoin impairment loss because of Bitcoin dropping is causing an impairment loss. So the whole profit and loss for the next earnings might be impacted because of coin, because of their Bitcoin cryptocurrency which they're holding. And the fact that folks were trying to calculate on Twitter saying that you actually take the lowest impairment loss, is taking the lowest point of the coin, Bitcoin, which is around about 29,000, where it's actually reached. So I think for the next earning, we're going to see a bit of revenue loss because of Bitcoin at its lowest point. I'm not sure how validating that is, but we need to see until the next earnings. But for now, the rise today for Tesla is really no general reason why they're up. But for me, I look at the technical trend, it's starting to go up, but is it going to break 725? A lot of people are hopeful, but for me, I think it's just going to hover around that point. I'm not really hopeful that it's going to go all-time high. Everything's all optimistic. Just focus on the car deliveries. That's all I care about. I think the real movement going up to 725 again will be up to Q3, Q4. Other than that, it's just going to hover. It's just going to hover sideways for a significant period. See. So this is me on Tesla. No great news. Lots of people speak about it, but I think it's one of those I buy, sit at the side, and not do anything. That's all. So the next stock I really want to speak about is Plug Power. Okay, Plug Power here. As you can see, I've plotted a chart on Plug Power. So I don't know if you guys know Plug Power, but Plug Power is one of these green stocks that went from I saw it going from 10 to 20 bucks. I managed to double it. And then I sold it off. Then it went from 20 to 30, 40, 56, all the way up to 70 as soon as President Joe Biden got into the seat. So green stocks, and it went all the way up. If you can see no gaps. It's just jumped a few times. It hit the peak of 73. It lasted for about a month. And then, man, it just fell down like a roller coaster. So looking at the chart just now, why is it on the momentum up? The reason why is it a momentum up because of its earnings. Okay, if you can see this chart here, it's earning. So in the last Q4, it was at negative earnings. It looks like they're giving stuff away for free. And now they're coming back up. So technically the news sounds like it's really great news, but the sales figure still looks the same. It's not groundbreaking. It's not way up high, 100 past 100 million. They're making less than $100 million. And the stock is worth the company is worth about 18 billion. So be careful about it. But if you are someone who's swinging or you already own Plug, I will go back to this chart here. Plug Power is basically broken. It's $31 support line, and it's going beyond. Is it going to go above 40? We have to watch and see. But you can see today it's got its hammer. So if you zoom in, for those who can't see, it's got its hammer just now. So it might stop at that point. Folks are thinking of taking profit just now. So we just have to see whether it's a reversal hammer. But for now, Plug Power is always overvalued to me. And there's no justification until they bring real deal value. They're only making a $50 million quarter. I mean, Pinterest makes more money than that in a couple of weeks. Facebook makes more money than that in a few weeks. So Plug Power, if you are trading, if you're buying Plug Power, if you're holding, just be careful. I like green stocks myself, but going back to the $70, it will need a lot of a boost behind it. Okay, so this is me on Plug Power. But the next one that I would like to share is Vuzix. Vuzix is one of the stocks that I did share previously. I don't know if you guys know Vuzix. Augmented reality, 3D glasses, it's augmented reality. So it's glasses where industrial people will be using for the maintenance, and glasses where they put on to do designs. And in fact, Plug Power uses Vuzix glasses. It's one of the biggest contract they've won. So Vuzix has been rising. I bought Vuzix quite early on. I sold it at 20, and then it went up to as high as 30. And it's been pumped by the good old ARK Invest, Katie Wood. Katie Wood loves their augmented reality. She loves innovation, and she's been pumping it. And at some point in time, up to 26, I think she dumped a lot as well at the same time. So Vuzix, where are we on the chart? So as you can see, Vuzix has just broken the $14, breaking the 18. It looks like it's going up higher, but again, up to 20. I think this is where the point where I'm pretty sure ARK Invest will be buying up to push up to beyond 20. And what happens after, we don't know. But it's on a good momentum. It's gone up about 8 to 10% today, which is great. Anybody who's bought Vuzix on the low at about 15, $14, they could have made a significant gain all the way to close to 18. Long-term plans for Vuzix, I think it's a good innovative stock, but then there's a danger for if Apple starts coming up with augmented reality glasses. Snap has done it, but Snap really hasn't really stirred the pot yet. So if Vuzix comes in, if Apple comes in, I think Vuzix will be in trouble, but who knows? The rumors about Apple buying Vuzix. So Vuzix has good low cap stock, innovative, one trick pony possibly, but it's still room for run. It's got supporters like ARK Invest. That's what I do still like. I've not bought it. I'm still monitoring it. I didn't buy it on the dip, but it's one of those on the radar. But I do keep an eye on Vuzix because it's an innovative stock. Okay, so that is Vuzix. And the last one I want to speak about is NVIDIA. Okay, I own NVIDIA. A lot of folks on Discord, a lot of people that has been watching me, following me, owns NVIDIA as well. The big question about NVIDIA is how high will it go? Is this the peak? Because when NVIDIA stock split, I did say that NVIDIA will be riding all the way up to July until the stock split. And slightly a few weeks after the stock actually splits 5-1, and you should see a roll off. So I was almost closely correct. I did say 750, but it's going beyond 750 just now. It sort of hit a peak. And one of the key reasons why it's been pushing up because of all this institutional price target pushing it up. I've seen price target at 750. I've seen price target 800, 900, 950. So price target keeps changing on the week, and they're also bullish. But the thing is, I've been calling for them to be $1,000 stock since back in like October, since back in September. So why are only people changing their minds, thinking that the roadmap hasn't changed, the thesis hasn't changed, the sales revenue growth hasn't changed? It's a great stock to own. So if you own NVIDIA, hold it. But if you guys are swinging, we might be at the peak. We're slowly hitting the peak here. You can see that candlestick. I think we might be waiting for any more price change, but I think there's a lot of reason for people to just pull the rug just now. But for me, I'm holding. I'm not going to time the market. I'm just going to be in the market for now. So NVIDIA, for those who want to take profit, I think this could be a pinnacle point, or you can wait until just before the stock split, around about, is it 13 or 12 or 14 of July? That's when they announce, and then you get your split measures. But for now, NVIDIA is on the run, and now I'm just waiting for AMD to go for their run and see where we go from there. But then that is where we are. If I try to zoom in on NVIDIA, you can see a lot of indication. You can see the last 2 days trading is up almost 1%, but you can see someone tried to pull as low as 727, but still someone's trying to buy at 78. So the gap margin is still big. I think the market is still trying to decide. You see the last candlesticks here if I zoom in. So that's where the market is trying to search. They're all trying to get confused. Up to this point, green candle here is okay, but they're starting to search just now to see where they will be heading next. So be aware. For those who wants to take profit, it's no harm taking profit. But for me, I'm holding tight. I just want to do the 80-20 rule Pareto. So back on the screen here, I'm just going to see if any other questions. So yeah, so this is the 4 key charts. There's no real nothing to move the market. Everyone is on a quite relaxed sentiment. The earnings is still about 6, 7, 8 weeks away. There's nothing big deal. We're not going to see any significant change. So I mean, overall, I'm holding on. I'm not buying because the VIX is low at 60. I'm not buying it all. I'm actually saving up to buy my next 10x stocks. I'm still trying to search, but it's a good time for me to read, good time for me to research, but I'm not buying anything. Neither am I not selling because I hold this concentrated portfolio. So before I go to my next segment on the Millionaire Portfolio, I'm just going to go through the comments, see how everybody is. And hello, Dipesh, you're here. BNB365, you're here as well. I like the way Alex says Katie Wood. It's a Katie Woods with an S. Hi, Simon. Simon's here as well. Well, long time no here, Simon. Hi to everyone. What are the big earnings coming up? Aaron Kitchen is asking, should I sell my UK small cap and move back into crypto? Aaron, I'm on the opinion where I always keep things separate. I don't like to mix and match. So I know I'm not supposed to speak about crypto, the house rules, but for me, crypto is a different portfolio. The stocks are different. I don't like to swap them, swap my funds over. I try to keep them separate. So for me, I think you should keep your stocks to the stocks and crypto to crypto. So that's where I'm coming from. But I think BMB365, he's been asking, no crypto talk. Yes, trading experiment. You're right. No crypto talk. Okay, no crypto talk. So what small UK caps is the question. It's something I'm still doing my research. I'm trying to be careful of what I look into. But one stock that I've already bought, I think I've shared on Discord, is Darktrace. So I bought Darktrace for my son's portfolio. I like cybersecurity, and it's AI cybersecurity. It's something that Americans don't have as well. CrowdStrike have got a whole holistic package, but I like Darktrace. I hope to get a bit more info. I'm trying to find folks on LinkedIn who I can connect with so I can speak to them, hopefully get an interview. But what's cybersecurity and confidential, it's hard to get information. So Darktrace is something which I'm looking at. That's the only small cap stocks that I like, and IPO about 4 weeks ago. So that's that. Darktrace. But hopefully I am actually sharing a small cap growth stocks video. There will be a combination of UK, EU, and US stocks. So that's the video I'm trying to work on for future, but I'm still doing my research, trying to get the final few stocks, which I'm convinced, because once I pick them up, I would actually put money in one of these 10 stocks as my next number 5 10x potential stock. So that's where I am. So just a bit sneak peek. Okay, so let's move on and go to the Millionaire Portfolio chat. And then after, when I finish the segment, I'll come back and look at all the questions, hopefully get some engagement with you guys. Yeah. Okay, give me 2 seconds. Let me stop my screen and get the right screen share screen up. This is the one. Is this the one? Yes, that's the one. Oops, why is that screen up? Give me 2 seconds. I'm still trying to juggle. Yes. Oh, it looks better like that. Yeah. Okay. So let me bring that screen on the other side. So, okay. So this is one of the key reasons which I want to get a live session. I've got my comment box there. I really want to share my point of views. The reason why I go concentrated portfolio is because I've been invested for such a long period of time. I've got diversified portfolio. I follow the Warren Buffett rules. I've got about 20, 30 stocks at some point in time in my investment career or my life. I've got at least 40 stocks, 45 stocks. And the reason why I've cut them down is it's hard to manage. When things get into big trouble, when you start selling stocks, if you're on the downturn, it's hard to manage which stock to sell. And when you're on a good bull run and we look at your portfolio, when you see a stock go up 20% for one day, for example, Tesla, good day, 20%. But because you own such a small, insignificant portion, you don't see that jump because you own like a index type portfolio. That's why I've gone down the concentrated route. Easy to manage, just buy on the dip. So when the dip comes, I've got, let's say, $1,000, $2,000. I don't have to decide, I'm going to put $50 here, $20 here. No, I'm just going to go boom, bam, here you go, AMD. I'm buying a whole chunk. That's why I like my concentrated portfolio. That's why I'm trying to share that with everyone. It doesn't work for everyone. I know, I've seen the comments. It works for some of you. It doesn't work because everybody's got different risks. But I'm sharing my personal point of view. I'm not always right, but it's up to everybody to walk their journey. So as in the video, I'm not going to repeat exact what I've done in the video. I'm just going to go through quickly. So ground rules is more than 75% concentration, dollar cost average. Keep your life easy. Your time needs to be spent on your family, your household, your hobbies. You don't want to spend too much time trying to look at your spreadsheet. I remember the days where I've got Excel spreadsheet, super pie chart. And I've got different bar chart trying to go averaging the amount out. It's nice to see. It's like a video game. It's gamification. But I don't really want to do that every single day because I don't have money every single day to invest. And second ground rule is concentrate your portfolio, but there's still room for dividend stocks. I still like the fact that you have a good base on diversified portfolio for dividend stocks, because I invest in GSK for many, many years. Dividend never rose. I invest GSK, put lots of money there. Back in 2015, 2016, GSK was back then round about, I think about 11, is it $11? 11? COVID came, it went all the way up to about 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and came back down at the same level as when I bought it. It's a complete waste of time. So now I believe that if you want to buy your next dividend stocks, buy the next Coca-Cola. That's how Warren Buffett did it. He bought Coca-Cola when nobody really drank Coca-Cola. And then Coca-Cola took over the world. So for me, Microsoft, Apple, potentially Google, potentially Broadcom. Those might be the next Coca-Cola stocks. So own at least one of them and just focus on buying, because there's such mega cap stocks that you don't have to worry about. So that's me. Get in early. Your dividends will reap later when you retire in the next 2 decades. So don't worry about it. And the next, always get some form of ETF index to diversify. When concentrated portfolio, if I just own AMD, Nvidia, and Tesla, it's quite hard because it's just tech stocks. And this year, what has performed well are the index. S&P 500, NASDAQ has performed far better than any other key stocks like Tesla, Apple on the market. So if you own lots of index this year, you hold the winners. So that's why it's good to have a broad diversification. I'm glad I kept my ETF for my kids, my wife. Even though the small, significant amount, about 5-10%, but it's good holding that. Okay, so I'm not going to get into too much detail. You all know my portfolio. I don't have to speak about this. I've spoken about this so many times, but I really want to go to portfolio B. Portfolio B is for beginners. When I say beginners, it's low risk, low growth. I mean, for people who start, I've met lots of people who are starting out trying to invest. So where do they go? And they all want to ask, should I buy Tesla straight away? Should I go and buy the next CCIV stock, the next spec stock? I say, oh, whoa, hang on. It's time to just get to the basic. If you're just starting off, the last thing you want to do is emotional roller coaster, right? So time and time again, anybody who walks from the street, comes out and speaks to me, or any friend in the party, I always say Microsoft first. I wouldn't say Tesla. I wouldn't say Nvidia. I wouldn't say AMD. I always say Microsoft. Microsoft is one of those so resilient in all climate, and it's got cloud, it's got LinkedIn, it's got everything. Microsoft is so defensive, and yet it will grow, and they're paying dividends. So I do like Microsoft, and Alibaba, Adobe. But out of the list here, Alex, out of the list here, people ask me as well, what else do you see? I still see Broadcom as one of them as well. McDonald's could be in there. Something that that nothing will go wrong. If it goes wrong, you can just pull the rug. Even if companies go bust, even if Costco goes into a scandal, like say they've sold talcum powder and people have caught on fire and people fall sick, people fall ill, Costco has got enough backup insurance as cash flow to cover those costs. So it's not a problem. So these companies like Baba, Adobe, Facebook, Amazon, Microsoft, they have enough cash flow, reputation, and the company its size to correct its cost. And it's no fault about it. But if you want to buy eToro, and if eToro goes in a huge scandal issues about money loss, or the CEO has ran away with $500 million, that company will fold straight away. They've got no cash flow, no systematic credit with the banks in place. So low risk, low growth, buy a company that can sustain injuries, that can sustain faults, like Volkswagen. They've got this diesel scandal, they've sustained it, they've gone past the barrier, they're growing back up again. So this is what a beginner's portfolio. Keep it simple, keep it easy, keep it small. And the next one is Generation Z. These are the ones, family investment is not just for folks, over 30, over 40, or for your kids, but, you've got young investors, people in their 20s, 25, 30s, which I've been speaking to. And I thought, wait, I've got Gen Z's investors on my channel. So I really want to speak about this. If I was 20, if my cousin came up to me, he was 18, said, what do I invest in? I mean, do you really want to buy Apple? Do you really want to buy Tesla, AMD, Nvidia? Because those stocks have gone 10x. Those stocks have gone 10x, 15x, 50x. Netflix has gone 50x. But that's not the stock for you. You should take a bit more risk, because you can save money. If you do make the mistake in your first 5 years, the company goes bust, you can still save up when you're 25, 26, 26. You can make that mistake umpteen times, but as long as you buy good quality companies. So for me, Snow, Twilio, CrowdStrike, an amazing cybersecurity stock. Lemonade, TTCF, I make fun of them sometimes. I swing trade them sometimes. I poke them, but I still think any young person comes up to me, I keep saying Lemonade, despite the fact that the multiples are so high. TTCF, PayPal, Square, And the list goes on. I mean, if I go through my list, I can show you my list. If I go back onto my Yahoo Finance, I stop screen. Let me reshare my screen on my Yahoo Finance here. Give me a second. Allow. Okay, let me get into the right screen. See, I'm not working very well with my split screen session here. Okay, so if I go back to my list here, I hope on my Yahoo, I use Yahoo Finance every single day. It's free because I'm cheap. I don't pay for anything else. And I've got a list called the Super Growth IPO. Okay, Super Growth IPO. Let me click on that. I've got this list. This is what I look at every day. These are my Super Growth list. These are my short list, which I've shown, Anybody young, ask me that. I always go look in here. You've got Palantir, you've got Neo, you've got Doyu, you've got Peloton, you got Space, yeah, a bit for a meme stock. You got Frog, you got Snow, you got DraftKings, you got BigCommerce, you got Melly, you got SEA, you got Etsy. The list goes on. I mean, if any young person comes out and tell me they're starting to buy meme stocks, I mean, I'm gonna hold you back and say, bro or sister, there's a huge list of really growth stocks that I think, and on the internet, there's heaps of what other people think. You got Upstart, you got PSTG. There's so many growth stock possible. You don't necessarily have to buy yourself Apple, Tesla, Nvidia, AMD. Buy those. I do recommend them, but there are other stocks that could still go 30x, 40x. If you have the time, you can wait 12 years, you can wait 15 years. Those stocks will potentially go 40x. I've seen it in Netflix, I've seen it in Apple, I've seen people retire at my age. I kick myself for not doing it, but I just really want to sell the message to you guys that there is hope. If you save, if you invest on good quality hypergrowth stock, it works. It works. Trust me, it works, because we have just gone through a crash, and the next thing is the next bull run for the next 5 years, 10 years, 12 years. Who knows? Because the world is full of money just now. Silly money sometimes. Okay, so let me go back to my screen. Let me stop sharing screen. Let me go back to my presentation here. Okay. Yeah, so that's high risk, high growth. If you've got any cousins, if you've got any young family members in your house, tell them to save money and invest. Even if it's $100, $200, they can leave it in there. It will make a huge difference, better than trying to buy a set of Jordans that's worth like $1,500 if you wear it a few times and it just wear out. I don't know. I just don't understand what people invest in. But this is my conviction. Stocks will go up and up and up. And lastly, this is the one that I thought of it last minute. I don't see anybody in my household that can apply to this, but it actually helps people who wants really low risk, who actually wants no. My the deal is, I'm always trying to sell the message. Oh, I'm going to retire by 2025. I'm going to retire before I hit 45. You should retire. But some people don't want to retire. Some people love their jobs. You cannot deny if somebody loves their job. They might be a doctor, an architect. They might be an artist. They love their job. They don't necessarily want to retire early because they want to keep doing what they're doing. Like my dad's an architect. He loves his job. He's 70. He turned 70 recently. He's still going out there negotiating. He's still going out there doing designs for folks. He loves what he does. So for those of you who wants a side income that's working for you while you're keeping a day job, future dividends is for you. So low risk retirement prep is something in the background that you can run. It's one of those Warren Buffett type. Warren Buffett never really worked in his life. All he did was just invest in stuff, but you could continue the job and still. So this is what I like about this. So low risk, TSM, Broadcom, you've got Qualcomm. You can put all the stocks in there. Google, LVMH is something that I have missed the boat time and time again. I bought it at 200, I sold it at 300, and it's still going up. It's going up like a straight line. Berkshire Hathaway, very defensive, and then another ETF. So buy stocks which will be a dividends in future. For now, forget about GSK, forget about Unilever, forget about AT&T. All the stocks have surpassed its time. They're starting to go on the decline. Buy the stocks that's still on the growth. That's what I believe. So that's the future. Dividends. Find and pick your own. There are heaps of them out there. And I think this out of the lot, this would be the easiest one on the list. So this is me trying to share, trying to sell folks that manage your portfolio easy. We live in 2021. You don't necessarily have to buy every single stock that you see. I mean, today I've seen stocks like Wish. People are talking about Wish. People are talking about Upstart. Those were the stock I go. Frog, great stock. So I thought, oh, maybe I should buy some. But no, I'm on my concentrated portfolio. I'm on my conviction stocks. If I need my next stock, I'll do my in-depth research, I do my roadmap, I do my business plan, business idea before I convict. And if I do buy them, I buy them large volume. But for now, I'm not going to just swing, unless it's swing trading. It's a whole different story in ether. But for conviction, long-term conviction, then I'll just take my time to find the right one. When I convict, I shoot. Like, I think I steal a bit of ideas from Chicken. He called it the sniper theory. He goes for the sniper theory. So he's got one bullet, one shot, shoot, and he knows when to get out when he wants to. But for me, I prefer a couple of shots just to diversify a bit. Okay. So yeah, so this is me on my thesis here, but I thought now I'll just go back to to you guys. I'll go back to the comments. So anybody's got comments, feel free to plant in. I'm just go straight all right on the top, and I see Tavir Zahid, Palantir. What's your thought on Palantir? I honestly think I'll tell you, Palantir, it's hard to understand the company, what they do. They sign contracts, but I think Palantir has got potential to be the next 10x stocks. Palantir sounds like a meme stocks because it's on Wall Street bets and people are finding lots of promise, but a lot of people don't understand Palantir. Once we see more and more what I want to see more quarterly earnings before I can convince myself Palantir will be the next 10x stocks. But as it stands, remember, Palantir, they never issued shares. They came in direct listing. And when they came direct listing, the amount of shares is limited. And it is not diluted. They're not going to issue more shares. They are selling stuff based on services, based on contracts. They're not selling you. They don't need to build a factory. They don't need capital to build a factory to deliver you something. They just need to go through your software cycle runs, and they just completed last software cycle runs last 2020. So they're all up to date, and they don't have to do any new software cycle runs until until the next big thing, AI or other infrastructure comes in. So Palantir, great stocks. So when are you posting videos on Family Coin? In fact, I was supposed to do it yesterday, but I wasn't feeling too well. So I'm hoping to post a video soon. And if not, worst case, it's this weekend. But I've got a long list of ideas I've got a long list of videos for Family Coin. So hopefully see you guys there really, really soon. And Star Platinum, how high do you think AMC can go? Good question. I follow out my best friend because of AMC. He's made tons of money, by the way. So people are selling. AMC, I think there's still room for it to run up to $80. So I do it time by time up to $80. People are still buying. Short squeeze is still coming in. I think they could run up $80, but for what happens after $80 on the support line, I'm not sure. It could roll back down to 40. So if it does go up to 80 really, really quick in the next few weeks, it will. The faster it rises, the faster it will fall. At the moment, I think it's about 60 just now. So I think it's got a steady plan. But again, people are waiting for what AMC can do. But it looks like GameStop is on a better foothold on what they want to do with Ethereum coin and ERC20. So that's something we need to see. Okay, so Fiverr to the moon. Don't make me feel bad, please. If Fiverr keeps going up, I'm going to kick myself. But hey ho. Yeah, BNB 365 is green days, no buying. Agree. I just save. I don't even know what to buy just now, except for cryptos. Don't talk about cryptos. Okay, is NEO a buy? I like NEO. I also think I did say that NEO is one of the good growth stocks to own. I still think they can hit 100 in the next before 2025. They need to release they need to start coming out of the factories. They need to start coming of the cars roll out a lot quicker. So NEO's got a huge backup base. I think NEO is a future. I think NEO is close to be the second Tesla. So NEO, I need to check what the buy trigger is. I've not checked it for a long time. I think the last one was around about 40, and now I think they've gone beyond 40. So they might roll off a bit before we get into NEO, but I would like to look into that in a bit more detail. Okay, Clinton Mix. Hello, how are you? Yeah, I'll just go down. How Carl Moore, CCIV. Okay, I don't like to speak about CCIV. I know that Jim Cramer speaks about it a lot. Lucid Technologies. I've not seen it myself. I've not seen the cars. I've not gone into details. I've seen lots of pump and dump type videos from other YouTubers. So I try to keep my hands away. So for the second Tesla, second electric vehicle stock, I always look at NEO rather than CCIV. So I cannot comment because I've not done research. And even if I've done, I'm not comfortable investing CCIV because I'm so full on Tesla. Okay. Dark Trace. Okay, yeah. BMT Dark Trace is promoted FTSE 250 from what I hear. Yes, they've been promoted to 250. That's what the rumor is. I think I said it on my Discord channel yesterday. I think there was a conversation about small cap stocks. So things that people don't understand about the UK small cap stocks is if you find a stock from if you find a small cap stock from AIM, okay, where I'm coming from, if you guys are still here, is if you want to buy like the next 100 bagger, like 100x stock, if you can find one, I think in I've not found any in my lifetime yet, but if I do find in my lifetime, I hope that I can invest in it. If I missed it, I've missed it. If you can find 100 bagger stock, you most likely find it in the UK stock market, not the American stock market, because American stock market is so hyped up. If there's so much eagle eyes on it, it would jump before anything happens. But it'd be the UK stock market. So my rule of thumb is if you can find a stock on the AIM, on a small cap UK AIM, and if it goes from AIM to FTSE 250, and from FTSE 250 to FTSE 100, that is 100x, easily 50 to 100x. Look at Games Workshop. Okay, look at Ocado. These were the stocks when it came from nobody to somebody. So in the UK, 1,500 millionaires, stocks ISA holder millionaires, those were the people who bought small AIM stocks. And those AIM stocks jumped away to FTSE 250 or FTSE 100. Okay, so if you're looking for the 50 100 bagger, AIM is the place to be, but it's really really hard to find. It's super hard to find the next big stock. I mean, Games Workshop was one that I missed. I mean, how did I anticipate Games Workshop becoming so big to where they are today when you could buy them as a significant amount? And Ocado as well. When I look at Ocado about 10 years ago, I laughed at that. I said, who wants to take deliveries for fruits? I could literally walk to Sainsbury across the road and get my fruits. Why would I want somebody to deliver it to me? But guess what? Lockdown came, Ocado, it just grew and grew. So something that I missed, but if you can find, share that with me on Discord. Let's find the next small cap stocks. I can see Aaron Kitch King, Lion Trust, Microcap, Aberforth Small Caps Funds. Yep, that could be the way to go. But if I can find one or two small caps and put 1,000, 5,000, and just let it run. But my bet just now is on Dark Trace. Okay, Simon James, didn't Rolls-Royce just announce they will only manufacture engine running SAF fuel from 2030 and no fossil fuel? Could there be fuel and expertise of Gevo comes in? I cannot answer that. I think I need to look into that. I've seen news about Rolls-Royce, but I've not looked into that. Daipesh, I think you mentioned you want to get into GSK. I know we heard news about GSK today. Okay, I spoke about GSK just now. I heard news about GSK. I don't know if you know Neil Woodford. Neil Woodford used to be one of the biggest investors in UK, and Neil Woodford wanted GSK to break up. He was right. He sounded that back in 2016. He wanted GSK to break up because it was way too big. They got a food division, a pharmaceutical. They wanted to break it up, like how PayPal and eBay broke up. And look what happened to PayPal. It got bigger than eBay. So that breakup should have happened 5, 6, 7 years ago. And now they're going to a point where they want to do a breakup or they want to do some changes. But to me, when I read the news, they just want to cut your dividend. Okay, that's what I hear when I read the news. They want to cut your dividend. They want to go into growth mode. They want to re-inject capital in because the dividend is really hampering them down. That's all I care about GSK. If you hold, that's what I'm not into GSK no more. I've came out. Yeah. Caesar Corona Cabrera, hi from Mexico. Hi, how are you doing? Hope you guys are doing well. Like Copa America happening just now. I missed my European champion. I think Ronaldo is losing out just now, so I'll check the scores after this. So, what is your best performing stock just now? For me, my best performing stock just is Nvidia because of the sudden rise because we've been buying them. So, Nvidia is my best performing stock. So, for me, Nvidia will be my best performing stock for a long time because I started buying Nvidia at 150 and I sold them around about 250 because of the COVID crash, and I missed that run all the way to 400. That from 250 to 4, I missed that run, and I got back in at 400, and then 500, and then the stock split, and now they're moving up. So if I held my Nvidia from 150 onwards, man, I'll be closer to retirement. But no, I made that mistake. So that's why I've gone to conviction route. So Nvidia. And another story, it's not just Nvidia. I actually hold 1,000 AMD stocks. Listen, I hold 1,000 AMD stocks when they were $7 a share. Back in 2017, 2018, I bought so much AMD, I thought I was going to do it. And then when I hit 20, I sold off and I never bought it. I was always trying to catch it, hoping for the dip back to 7. I never caught it. So the rule of the game is if you do find that stock that you convict to, just don't let it go. The roadmap will not change. If a company sets a roadmap for 5 to 10 years, just stick with them. Don't let any news. That's why I hate reading the news. Don't let any news sway you away and just blind you. The noise, the haze. Like Daipish there. Daipish, you're saying that TTCF is the biggest holding. It's sitting at $2 billion, I believe, and the multiples have dropped really low. I made fun of it previously, but I'll take it back. In fact, I'm going to release a video about TTCF. I've spoken to some folks who actually use TTCF product and compare them to Beyond Meat, and he fills his freezer with TTCF food. And what he says is TTCF is not just about the meats, it's about different varieties. It's got the sweets, it's got vegan opportunity, it's got different. They're trying to change with a whole recipe of stuff. So I do like TTCF. I'm still doing my research, I'm still monitoring it, but I did buy a bit on my eToro, and I don't think I'll be selling it. I think I want to hold some because I think it's a good growth. It's at a point where TTCF is more viable than Fiverr. I might insult a few Fiverr folks, but yeah. So yeah, so any thoughts of Ethereum? Bonnie, I think I've already said it. No, no crypto chat today. No crypto chat. I'm just gonna speak about the Millionaire Portfolio. Okay, Ali James, how you doing, Ali James? What do you do with premium oil? I sold premium oil, and premium oil is not moving. Because I needed the cash to transfer over to I think AMD when I was buying AMD. So I took premium oil, I think at a small loss, and went over to AMD, but I was hoping to buy back in, but if not, I bought Chevron instead. So Premier Oil is not moving. I've spoken to a few friends who knows people working at Premier Oil, but they have not come back in news because we're still in a lockdown. It's still very hard to get things moving. Oil companies look like they're on the rise, but trust me, oil companies is still stagnant. We are not no capex expenditure, no new wells or drilling opportunities. We're not hiring new folks. We're all so short staff handed. We're not spending the budget from 2020 and we're struggling to spend the budget for 2021. So all the companies just had a hang fire. I know folks have been shouting, screaming $100 barrel for oil, but come to a point where I think the oil companies will struggle to produce the output. So for now, I'll reserve my comments until we see more detail. So don't worry, don't say sorry, Bonnie. Don't worry about it. It's just a hard, but hopefully I'll share more crypto live session with my other new channel, Family Coin, in future. Which I hope to share at least a live session a week on various channels. Just speak with everyone, Um, Lionel Chua. Wait, hang on. BNB Trees. Have you heard of Justin Wade? He is an AIM expert. He has his money in Polarian Gifnity and Escape Hunt. He is a very good main guy on Vox Market. Okay, I'm writing this down. BNB 365. You do have lots of good info on there. So Justin Wade. I'm gonna write this down. AIM expert. So Polarian Gfinity. See, I'm taking notes. I'm also learning from you guys there. Okay, Justin Wade. Okay, I'll just better spell his name properly, else I can't find him. Okay, I'm gonna look him up and see where we are. Okay, any thoughts on E Hang, Lionel Swa? Yeah, so I know another YouTuber called Young, I think Young Investor. So Young, she speaks about Ehang. I think she's an expert at Ehang. That's where I speak to her. Ehang. So I'm not clued up Ehang, but I know some folks, including Katie would believe in transportation. For me, I like the Jetsons. I don't know, you maybe you're too young to know the Jetsons. If you know the Jetsons, you know the Flintstone Jetsons. The thing I like about the Jetsons is they're flying cars, and I hope that one day, or I will live to a point where I can see flying self-driving cars bringing me from point A to point B. So when I look at EHAN, it reminds me of the Jetsons. But how well will they be doing? The only thing I worry about flying vehicles is legislation, European legislation, US legislation. How will that help with the aerial traffic? That's the only issue that I would, even the road traffic, even for Tesla to release self-driving cars on the road is already an issue. The FSD is an issue. But so that might not be something that we will see sprout in this decade, but potentially for 2030 onwards. Yes. Like CRISPR technology, genomics. I wouldn't see them any significant push up to 2030, but beyond 2030, I think you see some change. If you can hold EHang up to that point, if they're still working and running around, great. If they can get the Chinese market up and running and get more cash flow, great. But for now, I think I rather focus on stocks. I can see the roadmap going. I can see legislation breaking down barriers. That's where I will go. Um uh Rin, how you doing, Rin? Welcome, welcome. It must be nighttime for you there. Why are you still up? It must be like 2 in the morning for you. So got my limit sell on 50% of my Nvidia at 9. Wow, good. So yeah, you're sort of swinging trade some of Nvidia, you're taking profit and you see it roll off and come back down. Yeah, because for me, I see Nvidia as $1,000 share, okay, but it's not going to go up in a straight line. It's going to go up and down, up and down, up and down. We're all investors. When I see Nvidia at 800, 750, I think it's a good opportunity to take profit. I'm not taking profit because I'm not going to be bothered trying to time because I've made a lot of mistakes before selling. I couldn't get it back in the right pricing. So for me, I'm not selling. But if you think that you can sell at sell order 900, 8,000, great. Hits that point, you roll off, just like what happened to Tesla. 800, 850, and then roll back down to 600. I mean, patience, patience. What do you think of Curiosity Stream? What is that? I don't even know what Curiosity Stream is. I'm not entirely sure. I didn't realize I could do that. So I'm reading this question. Sorry, Ali James, I don't know what Curiosity Stream is. Maybe I need to Google that. See, James Primrose, you agree that the Jetsons is great. I mean, Jetsons is like our prediction of the future. Not Simpsons, it's the Jetsons. A blasphemy. See, trading experiment. You agree. You agree. Showing your age and remembering that. Okay. Next one. Is there a company called Vine Therapeutics which has fair value on simple Wall Street at $11 and it's $3? Okay, Ali James. So there's a company called Vine, VYNE. Okay, let's do this together. Okay, you're testing me just now. So let me go and open a screen and let me go and see how I can start. I'll show you how I search on a company which I don't know about. Hang on, let me get my okay. Allow share. Okay, so let me get to the right page. Okay, so what I normally do is I go on the TIKR terminal. This is what I go into to find stocks that I don't know about. Okay, so what is that VYNE? VYNE Therapeutics. So normally I go in here and I look at, wow, the valuation is only 4.2. It's 4.27. So Vine Therapeutics Incorporation. And if I zoom out, all, so the stock, that company is pretty new. So when it first came out, they were around about 170 multiples. I believe they came to a point in time where they actually made the first revenue and they dropped to 15x, which is acceptable for growth stock. They've gone back up a bit round about that period, and now they're worth 4.38x. It shows that they're having revenue that's coming in. So if you look at the overview, let me look at the share price. How do I do that? Valuation. Sorry, this financial. Okay, let me get my Yahoo Finance up. VYNE. Let me see the share price. Let me see Yahoo Finance. So they're sitting about $3.50 just now, and they're fairly new. So they went up to $10 and then dropped back to $3. And the earnings, they are trying to break even. They're close to the EPS of minus 0.5. They're trying to break even. The last earnings in 2021 changed to quarterly. So they've made loss about $20 million, which is, I suppose, is just overhead expenditures. And so I think they're worth about 4x just now. So I think it comes to a point where, without knowing in detail of the company, it's sitting at 4x. So it's a risk that if you're willing to take, if you're willing to take the risk, hoping they will turn the company around to make the first profit in the next few quarters. If they can make their profit in the next 4 or to 6 quarter, which is about 18 months, if they can start making money out of 18 months, this stock sitting at 350 is very, very undervalued, especially 4x. Like you said, is a pharmaceutical, therapeutics, pharmaceutical type stocks. It's very, very cheap. It looks like it's not a penny stocks because it's over $1 just now, but market cap of $184 million. So the upside where we are is very, very good here. So potentially, if you go to $1 billion, it's easy. That's an easy 10x in the bag. Yeah, I think it's good potential, but again, it comes with high risk. Anything could happen at this point. So risk level just now is great because multiples 4, but the sky is quite high if they really do well without knowing in details what they actually the business that they're into. So that's my take on Vine Therapeutics. Okay. So Alison, if you had only $100 what stocks would you invest in? If I had $100 today, I think I will look at growth stocks. I'm not going to look at the stocks that just go 2x. I look at growth stocks that could potentially go 5x or 10x. So if I had $100 today, what comes to my mind is new TTCF. Lemonade's a bit too high just now, so TTCF new will be somewhere along the lines which I'll put my money in. Dark Trace, I do like Dark Trace as well. I mentioned it so many times. Dark Trace, CrowdStrike as well. It looks quite high, but CrowdStrike is something. Some claim them to be the next Nvidia or next AMD stock. So CrowdStrike, Neo, TTCF is what I'll put my money in if you give it to me today without checking any details. And if you just surprise me, $100 this way, I'm going to put in. That's me. Hope that answers your question, Alison. The Grudge, should we be worried about the crash? I mean, what correction is up to 20%, 30%. The crash is when you crash up to as 40%. And like Mr. Big Shot, Mr. Michael Big Shot calling for the crash. I mean, for me, I think if a crash do happen, it will not be the whole market alone. I think you'll be depending on which area. So if a crash would happen, it could be the semiconductor crash because it went a bit too high, or it could be the next spec crash, or it could be another green stock crash, or it could be the oil crash. I think the next crash we'll see will be dependent on which area, which industry. So I'm not expecting a huge crash correction because I think overall we're still on a great bull run. Looking at the VIX, I think we're steadying on the bull run. There's no real reason why, even if inflation comes in, but we've got everybody working hand in hand. So I wouldn't be expecting a crash coming through. Okay. Wow. Eric Bound, he's got 6K in Vine. That's 3.6. So I think I need to do a bit more research about Vine then. Yeah. Hey, I see you. Yeah, I'm doing live stream. I'm hoping to do live stream once or twice a week. I've got 2 channels now. I just want to get closing bell on live stream to answer questions. I think this is key. So next question, Lionel Chua looking at Fastly for my next investment. I'm not entirely sure about Fastly because the last crash, I don't know how much Fastly is costing now, but the last crash really concerned me. Let me just check before I speak rubbish. I don't even know how much they're worth just now. The last time I saw 53, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it? Where Fastly actually jumped up when the server crashed, when a couple of websites couldn't run, which is run on the Fastly background. And for me, if I were to choose an internet stock, to be honest, I would prefer to choose the likes of Twilio, CrowdStrike, stock rather over Fastly. I don't know. I reserve my opinion about Fastly just now. I did like Fastly at the point. I did make some money at Fastly, about 20-30%. The run up from like 70 to 100, took them off and swing trade again. But up to the point after TikTok lost the contract with Fastly, I'm in 2 mindset about Fastly just now. Daipage, I think you mentioned Alibaba, great company. All the Chinese mega cap stocks are on the whole just now with all this monitoring from the government. So we just have to wait a bit more before anything happens. Your thoughts on Etsy? I think Etsy for me is one of my top eight larger cap growth stocks. I think Etsy is way better than eBay. I think Etsy is an entity on its own. They're marketing really well, great products, and it's also like a freelance economy. I do like Etsy on the long term run, and I think their growth. I think they're still on above 80% growth. And some folks say the growth will slow down, but I think it's still room for run for Etsy, like SEA Limited, SE and SEA Limited. They've got room to run. Okay. Any thoughts on CRSR? Boom, man. Why are you picking my script here? I'm supposed to release the next 10x stocks, and CRSR is supposed to be in there. You just spoiled the game there, Jeff. Come on, Jeff. Why do you have to do that to me? Yes, Alexia. Corsair. I can't even pronounce it. Okay, let me show you this chart. Why I like about them. I hope to show a video soon. Let me get my share screen up. If I can get it up quicker. So is it up yet? Allow. Okay, let me show you this quickly. Okay, so I like this hypercharts. Okay, if you go on hypercharts, if I can get it up sooner, my internet is slow because I'm hogging all the bandwidth. Okay, all company CRSR. You know why I like about CRSR? I know some people call it a one-trick pony. CRSR, crochet gaming. The one reason I like about it is $3 billion, 70% growth. Okay, you see that? It's only 1.6x multiple. 1.6. I don't care about the meme and all that Wall Street bets trying to drag it up. But look, it's a 1.6x multiple. Okay, Tesla is about 7. Okay, Apple is about like 5, Microsoft about 9, and it's 1.6x. So it's almost 1-to-1 ratio. So it's standing just now at a $3 billion market where they can pull an annual revenue of about $1 billion and they're worth $3 billion. What does it tell you? I mean, if a company can bring in $1.6 billion in 2020 and they're worth $3 billion in the market, it's not right, is it? It's so cheap. People pay 10 times for growth stocks, but they are sitting at 1.6. So it's one of those my next 10x stock. I'm giving away my script here. You're all not going to be surprised after this. So I like Croatia. I do like it. I do see potential, but the only weak downside is it might be a one trick pony. But I look at it potentially surpassing, trying to catch up with Logitech. Logitech is about $20 billion, so you can see a bit of 10x potential there. So Croatia Gaming is not just gaming; it's also providing tools and equipment for people working from home, desktops, office environment, and also they bought a company called Elgato, which I do like because it's for streamers like me, people doing on digital work. So good one, you brought a good one, so Jeff. So that's what I do like it. I really like it. Okay. STM and Marvel Tech back. Yeah, hi Ali. Yeah, I did mention STM. I think STM I did buy them around about under 20, and I think they shot up beyond 40. So STM Electronics, they're not fully the semiconductor. I think they're Dutch company and Dutch French, and I think it's with this environment of shortage of chip. I think STM will do well. I'm not sure how much they're worth just now. I've not looked at them for a long time. STM Electronics stock. Oh, they've dropped back down. So they've gone up to 35, which are last seen, and I think they've dropped through that March drop, and they dropped again, and they're coming back up. PE is a bit high, 47. They're still paying dividend. They shouldn't be paying dividends. They should just focus on. Yeah, so I need to look into more detail about price action on STM just now. I thought they've rocketed through the 40s. I apologize about that. I'm glad I've checked it, but I need to do a double check. But still a good company. It's still a European company. Once you for all this semiconductor shortage, which was stretched until the end of 2023, and I think there's still room for run. I need to check why they're falling, so I cannot answer your question just now. ICU, what's your thought on Virgin Galactic? You bought it at 15. You don't have to worry about it. I mean, they swing up and down from 60s and back down. My best friend bought it at about like 10, 11, 12, and he's not even thinking about it. And I asked him, I says, what do you think of Virgin Galactic? Where do you think they're going to go? Because for me, my personal view is they're not making money, they're burning money. And space travel only for the rich people. So I've got my very biased view about my mate who's buying it. He's buying thinking beyond 2030. He's buying thinking when space travel will be the next big thing, the Jetsons, the example I brought up just now. So you bought it at 15. If you're not in a hurry to use that money, let it run, let it roll, because Virgin Galactic is still a brand to be, or unless you want to swing it, you can see the trend 1550, swing it back now. But if you don't have the time to swing it, try to time the market, then just hold it. If you're looking beyond 2028, 27, where things look, even Jeff Bezos with his Blue Origin are into the game. So if Jeff Bezos is putting heaps of money there, focusing on that, it shows what Virgin Galactic can do as a rival as well, and they're ahead of the game. So this is my take. I know I'm biased on revenue and income and fundamentals. There's no fundamentals, but if you're looking at the longer term market, if you're investing for your kids, if I was buying it for my son Oscar, I'll buy Virgin Galactic. But for myself, for my focus in 2025, no. So it depends on who you're buying for. Okay. Jack Peru, how you doing? Hey, when do you take profit for Nvidia or Tesla? For me, I wouldn't be taking profit because I'm buying it for long term. I think I still not just see Nvidia at 1,000 or Tesla at 1,000. I see Nvidia at 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, Tesla at 4,000. I see them in the long run. I just want to accumulate the volume. So, but if I was swing trading today, like I mentioned, Nvidia, 800 would be a good place to take some profit, to trim some on the top. For Tesla, I think they could potentially go to 750 at some point this year, and they'll fall back down and then move back up again towards the end of the Q4, Q1. So Tesla will still do its swing. It's not going to go up in a straight line. So the sell trigger, if you call it a sell trigger, Nvidia 750. Do a little, don't do all. 750, 800. I think Rin, another viewer, said 900. For me, Tesla 750 trim. They might roll back down, or 800. That's my stake for today. If I was swing trading today. Shilpa, CrowdStrike seems expensive. I agree. I agree. They are on 40x multiple. I last checked 45x multiple. I'm hesitant. I bought them 185, but I swing trade up to 200. I regret it. I should have hold them. CrowdStrike seems expensive for now. But if you look at their charts, let me show you CrowdStrike's chart on Hypercharts. It's a very good website, by the way. If I can get my internet faster. So all companies, CRWD. I will show you the earnings. And $50 billion company, and I think they're about 50x just now because the share price got. But look at that chart. Look, seriously, guys, CrowdStrike. I mean, have you seen a chart that it's like somebody just plotted it? Like my son or my daughter decided to take a ruler and just plot that chart. It looks like it's so. It's because they've just been getting subscriptions from banks. Banks are using them. Institution, GSK, big companies are using them because they've got the all-in-one package. So if I was running a big institution company, if I was running a big mega company and I want more cybersecurity, who do I go to? CrowdStrike, because they can come in and roll the package all easily. You can just deploy in a one without disrupting the system. That's what CrowdStrike, that's what the patent CrowdStrike stands out. So look at that straight line. It looks expensive, but I mean, if you scroll back down and look at their growth are still above 60%. They're still on the 70% turn up growth, and they've got cash. They have got cash in their pocket. So if you think CrowdStrike's expensive today, it might not be expensive tomorrow. But it depends how you play it. If you're one of those convicted stock that you want to keep buying the dip, then CrowdStrike might be the one for you if you want to convict. But if swing trade, it's a bit high to swing trade just now. I've already spoke about space, Williamson. So see Lionel, good taste. You got CRSR as well. Hi Simon. Simon does investing. How are you doing? When they do live, should consider answer question thoughts on A, B, and B. I started live show because I attended a seminar or on YouTube a couple of weeks ago, and they're encouraging folks to do live session, which I think is great to interact with you guys. This is the time. So thoughts on A, B, and B. I mean, A, B, and B was my opening trade stocks. I do like A, B, and B's business. The only thing they need to prove to me, buying at 150 seems attractive as well, 130, 150. And I have an Airbnb apartment, which I let out, and it's one of my side incomes. I do like Airbnb, the product itself is flawless. But what do I think about it just now? They have to prove to me in the next few quarters they're making money. They have to prove to investors, like Uber as well. Uber has been dragging its heel along. They have to prove, but because the pandemic doesn't really help. If Airbnb turns it around, if Airbnb starts expanding products, I think there's heaps of scope on the horizon for mini hotels. I think that's what they call it. And if Airbnb starts proving that they're beating the margin, they're pushing break-even point, starts making money, that's when they're going to start rolling in. It's like Netflix. I mean, Netflix was on below the break-even. They're just re-injecting capital profit each and every time. Netflix spend and Amazon spend such a long period of time trying to break even with the high multiples. And once they crack it in 2017, 2018, they just went up and up and up. So if you can hold Airbnb for a longer period until I believe it's Brian, the CEO, cracks the code with this high injection of money, then Airbnb is a long-term one. For now, you just have to be patient with it. That's my point of view at Airbnb. It could be easily one of my top 3 stocks, but I've gone other avenues, but Airbnb is a good stock to buy. Jack Peru, what's your ranking of potential between STEM, ArcG, Upwork, Fiverr, Beyond, and BNGO? For me, if I were to rank, I'm not I think BNG is genomics. I think for me, if I were to rank them out of the lot, I'll put Fiverr, Outwork, ArcG, Beyond Me. In fact, I'll replace Beyond Me with TTCF, and then the last two, which I'm not sure about, is BNG on the stem. Okay, Rick, see, folks agree with me that CRSR is a great stock, guys. See, I'm getting support. I'm feeling more confident now before releasing the video. See, I've got Lionel's Ross. See, this is great. This is great. I like it. I like everyone's agreement. If you could choose one stock to leave your children, what would it be apart from Tesla? Oh. If you choose one stock to leave for your children, okay, I would think in a mindset of I'll put myself in the mindset of like a trust fund. Okay, assuming I'm not gonna be here no more. You know, sound really sad. I need some sad music on. If I were to buy one and leave to my children, let it roll and let it grow, I think I'll pick Microsoft. Dividend, established company, great CEO, no more Bill Gates in the helm. It's a household name. It could be the next Coca-Cola stocks, and then the dividends should be reaping in a snowball effect, and the dividends should become income for them, for the grandchildren. Hopefully, build an empire for them. Microsoft will be one. I mean, I would like to choose Tesla, but I think if I wasn't here to manage it, if I wasn't managing, let it run because I'm not here no more. I think I'll choose Microsoft. Okay. Uh, uh, Everyone's been speaking about STEM. Okay, I need to check out STEM. I don't know what STEM is, to be honest. I'll put my hand up. I don't know what STEM is. I need to check it out. But it seems like I've seen it a few times. Okay, Micron Technology, a good semiconductor. Is it already a huge amount AMD, but the company is undervalued? Yeah, Micron, Qualcomm, Broadcom. You know, if I had tons of money, I'll buy all of them. I had to choose two. Micron, Qualcomm, Broadcom. I think they're all good, and yeah, I do agree with you. They've got the roadmap ahead of this company is really really big. I agree. APM Master, I agree. Nvidia to the moon, good. DKNG, oh Jatin, you're asking me a hard question. DKNG, I like DraftKings. I disagree. The fact that Katie was buying all of them bulk. I know with this licensing in America and Canada that they can start gambling soon. I know we've already gambled in the UK for many, many years. You know, first time when I came to the UK in 2000, first thing I walked in was to Ladbrokes, put a wager on Liverpool. DKNG, I know Jordan's on one of their on their board. You know, they're selling about $40. They looked at the dip, and then I just the thing is, if Katie Woods wasn't pumping the stock, I would buy it, but she keeps pumping the stock to a point to 60 and she dumps it, and it fluctuates the stock. It over bubbles the stock. That's why I find it annoying. I think Katie Woods needs to keep her hands off DKNG. So yeah, so I like the stock. They still need to make money. We still have to wait for the opening trade. But for now, I'll stay away from DKNG just now. Okay. Okay. See, Jeff, you agree with me? CRSR again. What's your thought on Upwork? It's at 55 today. I didn't even realize Upwork is at 55 today. I thought Upwork was on the move down. Let me see. Upwork. So, oh yeah, they're 55 today. They've been rising from 45. I think Upwork and the likes of Upwork and what do you call it, Fiverr, they are on the rise. I think they're trying to hit the next support line. So it's completely up to you. I mean, I trust that you're buying it for long term, then great. And Upwork, you know, could hold. But I think I sold Upwork at a point in time about 60. I took profit off Upwork and I never came back in because I was focusing on Nvidia and AMD. But I need to look at the details. But I think it's hitting its last all-time high. As it stands point, I want to see a genuine reason why they should go beyond 56. Okay, give me a reason why they go beyond. Is it a change in your software? Is it a change in your strategy? Unless there's no change, there's no real realm change, then people should be taking profit at this high point. That's my point of view, my personal point of view. Yeah, unless it's a big dynamic change like Pinterest. Pinterest has got its algorithm change. That's why they went from 40 to 60. They changed the way they've done the coding. They've upgraded the system. They got more traffic from Google coming up. Pinterest had a turning point. But I just want to see how Upwork is going to drive that traffic interest into their website. If there's no genuine fundamental reason, then folks should be taking profit at that point. That's my opinion on Upwork just now. Okay. Okay. Jack, thank you for your time as well. Thank you very much. Yeah, gambling industry will explode. I do believe it. I think there's we just have to watch and see. Casino stocks, casinos should be the perfect gambling stocks opening trade, but the casino stocks at Las Vegas sense is still down. So if I want to buy something on a quick short run up, I think I'll go get casino stocks just now. Yeah, I think all of you, thank you very much, guys. I do really appreciate your time and great questions by everyone as well. And I just want to see what else. Jack Perry asking top 15 stocks or 10. I think I'm still on my top 4, top 5 stock. I'm looking for my stock number 5. I've sold after I sold 5. I'm saving up stock number 5. So Jivo, have you looked into Jivo? No, I've not looked into Jivo. I've got a list here of to look at STEM. I've got a list to look at Jivo, and also a list to look at VYNE, Vine. So I'm learning from you guys at the same time. Okay, oil. I cannot ignore an oil question. Do you think oil will reach $100 per barrel? I personally think oil will reach $100 per barrel. Okay, because simply because, like I said, I don't know if you hear when I was saying this, oil companies are not coping. This oil companies have not drilled, they have not gone exploration for at least a year or 18 months. The budget up to 2020 has been cut short due to COVID and everything's been on a halt. So if the oil demand comes in, you will not keep up. Skilled people, skilled engineers are on a shortage as well. So the oil will hit 100 because of shortage of oil, but oil companies going bigger, making more profit, it's going to be less likely. I think oil traders will benefit, but if you're owning oil companies, smaller oil companies will benefit, but bigger oil like Chevron and Total and all that stuff, they will do well. The Shell, they do well, but you're not going to see them doubling or tripling up. That's what I see. I think they come to the point where they hit a plateau because the profit and loss are not pushing it higher than back when they were in 2016. That's my point of view. You hit 100, but I don't know how much benefit you will give to the oil companies. Okay, yes, trading experiment. Jevo, I need to look at that. Clean energy is the future. I thought it was a genomics company. I didn't realize it's clean energy. See, I don't know everything, guys. I don't know everything. What's your thoughts on shop? My dad's business partner's been holding it since. Oh my god, somebody has been holding shop since 50. It's one of the fastest growing 20-30x stocks in my lifetime, and I can't see it. And he says he's not going to plan this out. Great. If you bought a stock at 50, now it's sitting at 1,000, 400, 200, hold it. It's going to be for your kids. You could trim some for your retirement and the rest leave it for your kids to run. I think heads off, heads off. All right. I love London. I wish to go to London. I miss London. If I were to move, I would move to London. So expensive. What's your editing software? Yeah, no, it's Final Cut Pro. Final Cut Pro X. That's what I use. I pay one off 200, 199, and I've used it for years. They've been upgrading Final Cut Pro. I'm a Mac user. Adobe is too expensive. Okay, Jivo, I've got it noted. Miriam, nice to see you. Long time no see. Thank you very much. Thoughts on Zoom? Mark, thoughts on Zoom? Okay, it's been a while since I've looked at Zoom. Give me a second. I just wanted to see where they are. I think market. So Zoom's got three. Okay, the thing is, okay, my thoughts on Zoom. Okay, I know Zoom has gone up, come back down. It's a COVID type stock. But Zoom has got good multiples, it generates income. And I like the CEO. I think he has an opportunity to use the money to expand his business, to expand his products. So he's gone down the route, not just using Zoom for retail users, but also for business users. So there's loads of room for growth for Zoom, but you have to give them time. COVID has given them the steroids to push them up so high, so far. They've got money now. So now you need to see Zoom as a longer term in the next, I would say 18 months, 2 years to see what new products they come up with so they can compete with the likes of Facebook and the likes of all these other companies trying to use communication as a protocol. Who knows? They might come up with the next social media business, but we don't know. We don't know what the next big thing is with Zoom. So if you do hold Zoom when you bought Zoom in the lows of the hundreds or 120, fine. But if you bought Zoom high and you bought Zoom at 400 and now it's hovering at 300, then it'd be a portion of time before you see Zoom surpass back up to 400 to 500. But they're great earnings and revenue generator. That's what my thoughts on Zoom. Depending on when you bought it and depending on what your goals are for Zoom. Swing trading, then no. But if you're looking for long term and you bought it really cheap, then yes, hold it. Okay. Um, Oh, Khan, sorry, Khan. I am banned because I'm not allowed to speak about crypto. So I do not want to not answer the question. I would love to answer the question, but I have been told, I've made a promise in the beginning, I'm not speaking about crypto. uh, price for best question. Maybe I should sort some price handout next time. I need to be more organized. I'll think about it for future. I'll think about it for future. Definitely, definitely. Uh, 30% growth. Is it underestimated by Palantir? No, I think the thing is, like I did. Maybe you're not here, but Rowan, Palantir is a Tesla needs to produce a factory to sell cars. Neo has the same. Nvidia needs to speak to Taiwan Semiconductor to produce a proper chip before they can. But Palantir are all services software based. I know they're B2B, they're not B2C, but the margin, the overhead costs is it's it's a good business. It's a good business, and they've got not much real competition. So we don't really understand Palantir now. I still need to wait a few quarters before I see their proper balance sheet. But I think if you bought Palantir under $20, under 23, buy trigger with 17 to 33. If you bought it under, it's a good hold. But if you bought it above beyond, they'll start fluctuate because it's still on the meme market for Wall Street bets. I think Palantir is a good stock if you bought them at the right price. Okay. So Jatin, Porter's Heat greater than London. I don't know what Porter's Heat is. I'll get back to you, Jatin. I'll text you later. Check UK Renewable Energy AFC is. I think they're going to explode. They're already making a difference in racing spots. Okay, I'll write that down. AFC. Okay, I don't know. I'll check that out. Any thoughts on GM seeing the chatter around it? You see, for me, GM, Ford, those companies are huge, and compared to Tesla, they're very undervalued. Actually, I know somebody on my Discord channel. I think Simon bought lots of Volkswagen. Where everybody else is buying Tesla, all on the hype of Tesla 800. He bought Volkswagen. Some bought Ford, for some bought GM. I mean, there's a room for growth for these companies, and if you're thinking about the next cycle where combustible engine are gone, not like GM, Volkswagen, BMW, Ford, they will still be up there. Toyota, they still be up there. The smaller companies, Suzuki and all, we're not sure. But yeah, they pay you dividends. They're changing. They're reinjecting. They're slow on their factories, but they have the experience to change. They're not going to be the Tesla for the next few years, but there's still room for it, unless you're looking for a safer dividend paying stock, and then GM should be the one for you. Okay. Okay. Why no crypto? Okay. Why no crypto? I need to explain this because I didn't explain in the beginning. If you came in later, so family investment. I did this feedback recently. I think I've made a promise not to speak about crypto. That's why I spun off to a new channel called the Family Coin. I have not finalized it, the name, but I call it the Family Coin just now. So I'm going to focus more crypto on a crypto channel and more family investment friendly stocks on this channel. But hopefully, maybe next week, I might start a live session on the other channel for crypto because I'm so happy to speak about Shibu, Ethereum, and the next big thing. I've just done my research on Kuroma. I've done my research on Polkadot yesterday. Parachange, so exciting about it. And that's as much I'll speak about crypto today. Okay, I think almost at the end. So thank you very much. Palantir is just, yes, Jatin is a person that I speak to that who feeds me about Palantir. He knows a lot more about Palantir than me, and that's where I steal his ideas from. And he can pretty sure how much plug into any data set and ranking in the US government. Exactly. They've got a system they could just drag and drop information and produce something out of it. That's what I like about it. But and that is the end of me. So thank you very much, everybody. I will, drop me any feedback and what we need to do for future. I will take on hold. Uh, I'll take on hold about prize bidding for next time as well. And trading experiment, he is keeping an eye on me. He or she is keeping an eye on me. I know I should. I need to put a pound every time in a pot. And who knows, that might be the prize money if I say crypto every time. And yeah. And oh, please hit the like button. Please, I always forget about it, but I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. What would you be illogical to make Tesla 70-80%? There's nothing wrong with that. If you believe Tesla is the next big thing, you know the only stock that I can think that's as good or better than Tesla is Nvidia. Anything else, I cannot come close in this current generation. When I say generation, I'm talking about the next 5 years. Yeah, I cannot see them anything better than Tesla or Nvidia. So if you make that, hats off to you. That's why a lot of people are doing it. And that's why a lot of people who did it back in 2015 are retiring. They're all spending time on Twitter analyzing Tesla because they don't have to pay their mortgage no more because Tesla has helped them retire. And Tesla at this point will still help you go potentially 3, 4, 5x. 10x be on the border of 2030, and depending on how long Elon Musk will be in. But if you want to make Tesla 70-80%, if you can accept that it will only go 2, 3, 4x in the next 5 years, then it's fine. Some folks might be thinking that no, that's not enough. I want 10x, I want 20x, I want 30x. Then Tesla might not be the one for you. So that's just me giving you both sides of the fence, just for you to think. But if you want to put Tesla to 70%, and then your future income that you want to save for other stocks, it's fine. You can build a Tesla position just now and build your future position later on. There's nothing wrong with that. It's all about the time. Okay, so I think that's about me. Sergi, Lemonade. I cannot stop. Thoughts about Lemonade. I need to speak about Lemonade. Lemonade, great stocks. A million users, going up to 2 million users. $100 just now. Valuation is quite high, but if you're buying for somebody younger, if you're under 30, if you're Generation Z, if you're buying Lemonade, cool. But if you're a person like me who's looking to retire in 2025, who wants to go 3, 4, 5x 2025, Lemonade potentially not, because the revenue, the multiples a bit too high. But if you have a focus Lemonade to go beyond 2030 to be the next biggest insurance company expanding Europe, then Lemonade's for you. So it depends on what your age group is. But again, it's a great company, great app. It's like it reminds me of an Airbnb back in 2015. Okay, thank you very much again. Appreciate your time. Thank you guys all for turning up. I enjoy this, and hopefully to do this more on a regular basis. And I'll try to hopefully not say crypto again. So thank you, and hope to see you guys tomorrow. And the next video, if you guys are still here, 63 of it, the next videos are on focus. I think I've already leaked a lot of my script out. I blame Jeff for this. Jeff, is I want to focus on the next 10x stock. Okay, I want to focus. I'm saving up. I'm not going to buy now because the VIX is high, but I'm saving up to look for the next time, because I've sold my Fiverr. I've moved over to crypto, and I'm looking for next time. I've got a list just now, and I've got 7 of them. I'm looking for 3 more to make my script proper. So in the next, I'm releasing the next video series where I will be doing like a 1v1 type stock, which will be the next 10x. And once I find a 10x, once I go into the finals, I pick the one final 10x, I'll drop heaps of money in it for my own personal, but I'm going to just share that journey with all of you on the video series. So that's where I'm coming from next. I thought I'd just share this with you for those who have attended this session. Okay, so I better stop that before trading experiment makes me more guilty about saying that special word. Okay, so I think I better go, and have a good day and good night, everybody. I'm going to go and see my highlights from Portugal and France match. I don't know if Ronaldo won. I'm a big Ronaldo fan. So thank you. Have a good day. See you. Bye.